Hey YouTube, long time no see. It is I, Ember Honey Raven, the Big Fat Witch, and how are you, darlings? This is hopefully the first video in a long line of many that I intend to do this year. I'm going to get back to things on my channel. Ooh, my hair's already doing its crazy thing. You guys, how were your holidays? How was 2018 for you? What are your plans for 2019? I wanted to do a little check-in video and give you a few little updates and talk about some things that I have planned for 2019. So, oh, y'all, it's midnight here and I'm up doing videos because that's what we're going to do this year. We're just going to do videos when the mood strikes and put them up. What are y'all thinking about these white nails? I'm doing that new like dip powder, you know, instead of the shellac. I'm really loving it, but this one has got like glitter in it, so it's like snow. I'm kind of feeling it. It's winter white, kind of feeling it. Oh Lord, you guys, I was so ready for 2019 to come around because, you know, the last several years, every new year I kind of set some new intentions and release old things, and this year was finally the year that when December 31st was around and I was here with my love, and I was like, I want to think about, you know, what I want to release, what I want to let go of, and, you know, what kind of intentions I want to set. I finally felt like I could truly put a period on a couple of things. So many of you know in 2018, my divorce that drug on forever was finally final. So I cannot express to you how overjoyed I am that that chapter of my life is finally closed, that I moved on. I, you know, basically got everything I wanted. I got to keep my business and all of its capacity, and it's in my name. I've made some changes to it to kind of take it back over as fully mine, but, you know, I'm just... that chapter being closed was such a huge, joyful relief. It was just, you know, divorces are never fun, especially when, you know, people, I don't know how people do that with kids, people who have kids involved in those things, because, woo, you know, it is very true what they say, that you really learn more about a person when they're going through adversity than sometimes you care to know. You learn more about yourself sometimes, and you know, that process for me underscored, you know, the whole last 3 years have underscored, I'm a badass bitch. I have a backbone of steel. I have a heart of gold. And no matter what is done to me, no matter what is thrown at me, I am still a person with a good heart. And I'm really proud of myself for that. Anytime you're going through something difficult where you feel that someone is being gross or unreasonable, or they're like throwing toxic energy at you, or just being an asshat, you know, it's sometimes hard to maintain your empathy for that person. It's hard to like feel sorry for them, you know, especially when the person appears to be capable of choosing to do better and they just don't because they're toxic. And I don't mean to be cryptic there. I just I don't feel like talking about my ex-wife because I don't ever think about her. So, you know, talking about her it just kind of makes me feel, as Misery Chastain would say, all oogie inside. So we'll move along from that. Needless to say, when I was, you know, setting my intentions for 2019, I felt like I wanted 2019 to be the year that I move forward with no remnants of any toxicity, emotion, anything like that. And I feel like I have really put some things in motion that are going to allow me to do that. So with that being said, 2019. What is happening in 2019? Well, first, let me tell you what's been happening. For those of you who don't know, if you're not on my Patreon and you don't know my personal business, I have moved to Atlanta, Georgia. I live in Atlanta now permanently. I've been here for about 7 weeks. I live in a sea of boxes right now. We are still playing Tetris in the house, but y'all, I could not be happier if I won the lottery. I feel like I've already won the lottery. I'm just, this whole experience, it happened so, like, I don't even know where to start, but let me just give you the bullet points. I wanted to stay with the company that I was at in Arkansas, but that wasn't going to be a possibility. I wasn't going to be able to like work from home. So I kind of started looking around Atlanta, and there's a lot of, business is booming here. But y'all, I'm getting old and I'm kind of getting set in my ways, and I really like not having to punch a clock. And I really wanted to have a really specific type of work environment. I wanted to work for a specific type of company. There were some things I wanted to do with my career, and it was really important. So I got out there and started, putting in resumes and, seeing what openings were available. And it was a little bit frustrating because I ran into some situations where there were some companies that were trying to hire for a whole lot of money, but there was a whole lot of travel involved. And then there were some companies that were trying to hire for very little money. Y'all, like, what the hell with this? You need a master's degree and 20 years of experience, and we're going to pay you $14 an hour. Like, yeah, and then you woke up from your dream because you're smoking crack. But anyway, y'all, I was applying for jobs, and I got a call on a Thursday that said, can you be here for an interview on Monday? And I was like, yeah, let me get it arranged. So I'm in Little Rock. I had to like make a cannonball run to Atlanta. You guys, I interviewed with this company, and it was a company that I really, really wanted in. Like, I really, really wanted this job. I had no idea what it paid. I just knew that the company was a fantastic fit. And it kind of was one of those things where I was applying for things even if I didn't think I was qualified. It was like, hey, you got to manifest sometimes. You have to really just set your sights higher. I interviewed at noon. The interview was supposed to last 30 minutes. It actually lasted about an hour and 20 minutes. I walked out of there and I kind of felt like, yeah, that went well. Y'all, they called me not even an hour later wanting to know when I could start. And when I tell you that I almost fell over dead when they told me what they were going to be paying me, I literally thought I was going to stop breathing. I almost fell over dead. It was significantly more money than I expected. And when I say significantly more, it was significantly more. I do not say this to brag. I don't want to make anybody feel bad or anything. I'm just saying that I had no idea. I wanted the job without knowing the salary. Had they told me the salary, I probably wouldn't have even applied because I'd have been like, they're not going to hire me for that. They can get like, somebody better. And I'm going to make a whole separate video on imposter syndrome. Witching through that, ways in which we tell ourselves that we don't deserve what we deserve. But I'll talk about that in a different video. So, needless to say, I accepted their offer. I called my old boss and I said, hey, and she was fantastic, y'all. My old boss, I had been telling her that I was, going to be moving to Atlanta and was looking, and she was, she was great about it. But when I tell you guys that it was crazy, I had 2 weeks to go home and close out my apartment, pack up everything I owned, get all of my paperwork moved, talk to my attorney one last time, talk to my therapist one last time, get ready for, I had to buy some clothes, y'all, for this job because this is an executive level job. And when I was working at my old company, you had to dress nice, but it wasn't like this. This is executive. Y'all, I got moved. We had to rent a truck. It was insane, but I'm here. I am working in my dream job at a dream company. I am being paid great money. I get a bonus every year. I have a free phone. Like it's the perks are crazy. I have a beautiful office with floor to ceiling windows and a view that I overlook Atlanta. I'm in a high rise essentially. Just going in there every day, and if I go in early enough, I can watch the sun come up. If I work late, I can watch the sun go down. It is a soulful, breathtaking, magical experience. I am so happy. I got into the right job. My relationship is joyful and perfect and amazing, and I could not be happier if I wanted to be. My dog is happy. Things are just going so well. So that's what's been going on, which leads me to what is going to be happening in 2019. Well, 2019 is going to be full of some joyful things too. I am getting back to witching with Arwen. We are doing the Witchy Year with Ember and Arwen. Oh yeah. So if you haven't heard about that, check it out, and you can, you know, sign up if you feel like it. I am still doing Patreon. I've been really crappy the last couple of months since my life has been, you know, kind of in flux. So if you are one of my loyal Patreons and you've hung in there with me while I've kind of been, you know, in and out, I love you and appreciate you. And I have some of the best people in the world on my Patreon. They've given some great advice. They've been there to listen. I'm forming some real-time friendships with folks, and I just am enjoying it. So this year, plans are we are going to be buying a house. So this house is my partner's house that she's been in for 20 something years. And this house is small. It's not big enough for both of us and all of our stuff. And we want to get a home that has a space for, like, obviously I need a witchy room or a witchy space. We want maybe a basement where we can do some craft spacing. And my partner's very, very crafty, you guys, and does like woodworking and just all mosaic and just all kinds of beautiful things. Like, she's really an artist. And that's kind of amazing and fantastic being with someone who is so creative, because it really kind of sparks my fire too. So we're going to be looking for a house. The Atlanta market is hot and it's tough. So I have a feeling when we find one, that's going to be a very crazy process as well. But that means that every week, every month until we find a house, we are actually decluttering this house. We're doing that whole Marie Kondo. If it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it. I am scaling down like you would not believe. I have donated and sold and given away and just made room for the new. So we are also planning to go on a cruise, maybe October-ish. We're going to go do the Alaska Inside Passage, just as a little gift to ourselves. Gosh, I don't even know what else. I probably am going to be looking for a new vehicle this year. My vehicle is 10 years old, and I'm going to try to hang in there, but I get, well, I don't want to say too much, but yeah, I'll be able to do that later this year. And I want to do some special things for this channel, for my other channel, Goddess Playbook, as well, and for my Patreons on my Patreon channel. So, you know, December and January is the time that we all kind of think about what we want our lives to look like for the coming year. So, of course, this year, I went ahead and picked up my Danielle Laporte planner. Now, this is, she always has like beautiful, like this beautifully designed, this is gold leaf, you guys, it's beautiful. And it says what I will do to feel the way I want to feel. It's the Desire Map planner. So if you've ever looked at her Desire Map series, it's pretty incredible. I switched from the Leonie Dawson method a couple of years ago because I got really annoyed with it. It just was not working for me any longer. So I switched over to Danielle Laporte. I used this last year, you guys, and it really changed. It changed my life pretty much. I mean, I did the work to change my life, but this planner really helped with that. So this is the 2019 weekly planner. I have a link in the down bar if you don't know where to get this. I would suggest getting it from this link versus checking Amazon, because I think that there are discounts on this. So check this link. They're not super expensive, and they're actually very high quality. Y'all, this is heavy, and I want to show you the cutest thing about this entire thing. Let me do this. I discovered this last year. Hold on. I don't want to show you my personal business. The back flap has a pocket. Do you not love that? I can put, like, I carry this around. I can put bills in there, little papers or whatever. But I want to do a video going through this planner and just kind of talk about some of my processes, because I'm trying to switch from using my planner to keep track of like what bills I need to pay and things like that, to using it for its intended purpose. That's what I started doing last year, and I really saw some change. So let me just show you. This is just your calendar part, and you'll see I have some things written in here. She gives you like a little mantra every month, which is beautiful, and I have found that they really fit with the theme. So this month's mantra is bountiful am I, blissful am I, and beautiful am I. I love that. And she says, this is a mantra from Yogi Bhajan. You can speak or chant this out loud as a whisper or silently to yourself. Believe it. If you have not already looked at this, Danielle Laporte is incredibly witchy. The moon phases are covered on her calendar. She does cover all of the Mercury enters Aquarius. She also does cover the different holidays. So you have like your basic calendar here, and like, you know, like I'll write things on here like different appointments. Like tomorrow I'm going to a tea with other femmes. Like, and you don't know what, I'm a lesbian, but I'm a femme lesbian. So I'm meeting up with a bunch of other femmes here in Atlanta because I'm making friends, y'all. My network is getting huge. Buy a ticket for Portland because I'm going to see a friend of mine in Portland. You know, my therapy appointment because I have a wonderful therapist here. Y'all, therapy is awesome. Get you a therapist if you don't have one. Because it's an hour of your time where you can just talk about you. Just create your joy. But this is one of my favorite things. I'm going to go to a blank space. That way I'm not sharing my personal beeswax with you guys. So you have this other section every day of the week. And up here you'll see, it will say, you know, what will I do to feel the way I want to feel? And you'll say to do, you know, believe in yourself, to do clarity creates simplicity, keep your soul on the agenda. She gives you like little prompts, make choices that liberate you. You know, she gives you little, she gives you little prompts that will help you, help kind of ignite, you know, some of those things. Now, I will tell you one of my favorite things about this up here, my core desired feelings is what she wants you to work on. But like this one, look at this, devotion, body and wellness. Devotion, I will dedicate this day to, and you can write down what you want to do on this day. Body and wellness, my body is. This is a very mindful way to stay present and connected with yourself and your own energy. Now, this section in the back is also one of my favorites. This actually functions more like a journal. So in the back, she's got a section for reflection where you can reflect and envision, and it says hands on your heart, eyes closed. Recite your core desired feelings and see what images arise, and then kind of write those down. Note why you're grateful. She has a gratitude space. Not working, things that are not working. That way you kind of have a mental note of what you need to do to, like, you know, make some changes. And then things you need to stop doing. This is a space where you can get clarity on things that are really not working. So for instance, what I need to stop doing is, well, I need to stop drinking Diet Cherry Coke Zeros, because as you can see, my skin is not looking its best here. Plus, it's been stressful, y'all. There's a section here for relationships and organizations, loving action, things that you can talk about or ask for in your relationships, and then a soul prompt. And for this one, she says, I choose. So I just love this planner, you guys. There are, there are some sections at the end of the month. I want to pull this up. So at the end of the month, she gives you, at the end of the month, there's like a whole journal section at the end. For the past month, you're supposed to reflect, clarify, and create. Your core desired feelings, you know, what themes came up the strongest for you, your goals and intentions, what helped you create or feel the way you wanted to, what did you get done that you wanted to get done, things that you need to shift, things that you felt disappointed in. And then moving forward, there's a page that will start, it will help you start your new month off with some intentions. So for instance, go where you haven't gone before. There's a little quote, and it says, if you see your path laid out in front of you, step 1, step 2, step 3, you only know one thing. It is not your path. Your path is created in the moment of action. If you can see it laid out in front of you, you can be sure it's someone else's path. That is why you see it so clearly. That's a quote by Joseph Campbell. I really, really love that because, you know, he's basically saying if you can see what's coming, that's because you're stopped long enough. You're not in motion. Take some action. There are times where you actually do need to sit still. That's where your soul work happens, your shadow work. But we all know about that, don't we? This particular planner, this is very near and dear to me, the core desired feelings, because you guys, when I was thinking about things last year and kind of wrapping up my lawsuit and my divorce and my job search, I did have a lot of just, I don't want to say turmoil. I just had a lot of stress in my soul about, gosh, what things do I need to do? And, my first question was, how do I want to feel? Do I want to feel like all my goals are accomplished? Do I want to feel calm and settled? Do I want to feel more rested? Okay, what things can we do to get there? So it really just helps you stay present and mindful. And I'm going to be using this going forward in 2019 as I make all of my life plans. And I'm also going to be writing down like all my YouTube video ideas in there. Because I owe you guys a ton of videos. I mean, a ton. So this one's already 20 minutes long. I'm going to shut up now. I just wanted to check in and give you guys some love and say once again, a huge, just a huge heart full of gratitude to those of you who have been sending me such wonderful messages, sending me love and just kind of opening up that communication and saying, hey, how are you doing? And, the answer is, I'm doing great. I am joyful and happy, and I really hope you are too. So I guess until next time, keep making your magic and let those blessings come to you because you deserve them. I miss you guys and love you, and it is so great to be back. I hope that 2019 starts off wonderfully for you, and I will be sending some just huge emotion to you so that you can get everything that your heart desires that will be good for you. Until next time, huge blessings. Love you. Bye.